Chapter 2: Animal Life. Learning Objectives, Habitat of Animals, Feeding Habits of Animals, Body Features of Animals, Movements of Animals, Respiration in Animals, Migration. Animals are a part of the living world who share this planet with us. They are found everywhere, on land, in water, on trees, and in the air. They have different habitats, body features, feeding habits, and behavior. They play an important role in maintaining the ecological balance of nature. Some animals like fish, cows, frogs, turtles, birds, etc., have a backbone. They are called vertebrates. Some animals like insects, snails, crabs, octopuses, etc., do not have a backbone. They are called invertebrates. Habitat of animals. The place where an animal naturally lives and reproduces is called its habitat. It provides air, food, water, and shelter to the animals. Depending on their habitat, animals are divided into different groups. Terrestrial, those living on land; aerial, those that spend most of their time in the air; arboreal, those living on trees; aquatic, those living in water; and amphibians, those who live both on land and in water. Body features of animals. Animals are found in all types of habitats, ranging from hot dry deserts to icy cold continent of Antarctica. Their bodies are adapted according to their habitats. They have different body features that help them to survive in their habitats. These features enable them to bear the climate conditions and help them to stay safe from their enemies. Some common forms of body covering found in animals are fur, feathers, scales, shell, quills, and armor-like plates. Let us study about some important body features that help the animals to survive in a particular habitat. The body of mammals is generally covered with hair. Animals like cows, sheep, dogs, and cats have hair or fur on their bodies. In very cold places, animals like polar bears have very thick fur that helps them to stay warm. Birds have a streamlined body covered with feathers. Feathers keep their body warm and also form their wings. The body of a fish is covered with thin scales. Reptiles, such as lizards and snakes, have thick, leathery scales. These scales not only protect them, but also prevent the loss of water from the body. Animals like snails, tortoises, and turtles have hard outer covering called shell. Hard shell protects their delicate body from injury and enemies' attack. Porcupine has sharp needle-like spines, called quills, on its body that protects it from its enemies. Armadillo has armor-like plates that acts as a protective shield. Some animals have special body features that help them to blend easily with their surroundings. This is called camouflage. Tigers, garden lizards, chameleon, etc. use this to hunt and save themselves from being hunted. Respiration in animals. Like humans, animals also need to breathe in oxygen to survive. Terrestrial animals breathe in oxygen from air, whereas aquatic animals breathe in oxygen available in water. Different animals have different respiratory organs that enable them to breathe. Respiration through lungs. Mammals, birds, and reptiles breathe through their lungs. The windpipe connects the lungs to the nostrils. The air inhaled in through the nostrils reaches the lungs that have a network of blood vessels which absorbs oxygen and gives out carbon dioxide. Aquatic mammals like whales and dolphins also have a pair of lungs. They come up to the surface of the water to breathe in oxygen from the air. They exhale carbon dioxide through their blowhole. Respiration in aquatic animals. Most aquatic animals, such as fish, crabs, tadpoles, octopus, and oysters, breathe through gills. As water passes through the gills, the blood vessels present in them absorb the oxygen dissolved in the water and give out carbon dioxide. Frogs are amphibians. When on land, they breathe through their lungs. When in water, they breathe through their moist skin. Respiration in insects. Most of the insects breathe through the tiny breathing holes in their bodies called spiracles. Every tissue of their body is connected to the spiracle through a fine network of air tubes. Since their blood does not contain oxygen-carrying hemoglobin, air directly reaches every tissue of their body through these air tubes, where oxygen is absorbed and carbon dioxide is given out. Respiration in microbes. Microbes, like amoeba and paramecium, do not have special breathing organs. They breathe through their body surface, where they take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide by diffusion through their cell membrane. Earthworms have no lungs, spiracles, or gills, so they breathe through their moist skin. As the fresh air dissolves in the mucus of their skin, oxygen is absorbed by the worm, and its heart pumps the oxygenated blood to the head area. Feeding habits of animals. Animals eat food to survive, stay healthy, and get energy. Different animals eat different kinds of food. Their jaws are suited to the type of food they eat. Even the claws and beaks of the birds are suited to the kind of food they eat. Herbivores. Herbivores, like deer, zebra, cow, giraffe, etc., eat plants and plant products. They have sharp front teeth called incisors for cutting or biting the leaves and strong broad molars for chewing. Rodents, such as mice, rats, and squirrels, have small and sharp front teeth to gnaw the seeds and fruits. Carnivores, like tigers, lions, wolves, etc., eat the flesh of other animals. They have sharp, pointed, and curved canines to tear the flesh of animals and strong, grinding teeth to chew the flesh and bones. Many aquatic animals, like shark and octopuses, are also carnivores. Carnivorous birds, like eagles, kites, and vultures, have strong, hooked and sharp beaks and claws to catch their prey and tear their flesh. Scavengers, like crabs, hyenas, and vultures, are carnivores. They eat the leftover flesh of animals. They also eat dead and decaying animals. Omnivores. Omnivores, like bears and crows, eat both the flesh of animals and plant products. They have both sharp front teeth, like carnivores, and flat back teeth, like herbivores. Humans are also omnivores. Movements of animals. Animals move from one place to another in search of food, shelter, and to save themselves from their enemies. Different animals move in different ways. They move either by running, jumping, walking, hopping, slithering, crawling, flying, swimming, or creeping, etc. They have different types of body parts or limbs to move. Land animals, most land animals, have 4 limbs. The 2 in the front or upper part of the body are forelimbs, and 2 at the back or lower part are hind limbs. Some use their 2 hind limbs to move, and they hold things with their forelimbs. Others move by using all 4 limbs. Horses, cows, sheep, etc. use all 4 limbs for walking. Monkeys and kangaroos can stand on their hind limbs and can hold things with their forelimbs. Human beings are mammals that use their forelimbs to hold things and hind limbs to walk, run, jump or move from one place to another. Aquatic animals. All aquatic animals show movement by swimming. Fish use their fins to swim. Their fins help them to move forward, upward and downward and balance themselves while steering through water. Tail fins help them to change their directions. Ducks use webbed feet to push water back and swim. Turtles use their four paddle-like limbs to swim. Frogs use their webbed feet to swim in water and their long hind legs to move on land. Insects. All insects have 3 pairs of legs that help them to walk, crawl or hop on the ground. Ants, cockroaches, lice and bedbugs crawl using legs. A grasshopper hops using its hind legs. Some insects have 1 or 2 pairs of wings that help them to fly. These wings are made of tiny scales and are moved with the help of their chest muscles. Butterflies, houseflies, bees and mosquitoes use their wings to fly. Water insects, like boatmen, use their legs as oars to swim. Reptiles, turtles, tortoise and lizards are reptiles that have limbs, yet they crawl. Turtles can swim in water with their paddle-like feet. Crocodiles can walk on the muddy ground and swim in water with their clawed and webbed feet. Snakes do not have legs. They have scales or plates attached to their ribs on the underside of their body that function as their limbs. Their strong muscles and flexible backbone helps them to crawl or slither. Birds move by flying, hopping, walking and running. Their forelimbs are modified as wings. The wings are attached to the breastbone by strong muscles. These muscles enable the birds to flap its wings while flying. The hind limbs of the birds are their toes and claws that help them to land on the ground after a flight. They also use them to walk, hop, run, perch, scratch the ground, catch hold of their prey, and fight against their enemies. Birds like emu, ostrich, rhea, penguin, kiwi, etc. are flightless birds because they cannot fly. They move using their hind limbs. Ostrich can run very fast using its hind limbs. Penguins swim using their forelimbs. Migration. Some animals travel long distance at certain times in a year in search of food to escape harsh weather conditions or to reach their breeding grounds. Most animals travel in groups. The long journey that animals undertake every year is called migration. Migratory animal species navigate their journey using a variety of methods. A few navigation methods used by animals during migration include the sun, landmarks, the moon and stars, scent, weather, and the Earth's magnetic land animals. The land animal known for the longest migration is the caribou, also known as reindeer, which are large mammals that live in Arctic and subarctic regions all around the world. They travel over 5,000 kilometers a year to escape the harsh weather conditions. Birds' migration is mostly seen in birds. Arctic tern travels almost 35,000 kilometers between the Arctic and the Antarctic twice a year. The Amur falcon travels from Eastern Asia to Southern Africa, covering 22,000 kilometers in a year. The Siberian cranes come to India during winter and go back to Siberia during summer, covering a distance of approximately 6,500 kilometers. Do you know, hummingbird is the smallest migratory bird and the only bird that can fly backwards. Insects, migration among insects is known in locusts and butterflies. The locusts breed only when and where seasonal rains permit. These insects migrate from one breeding area to another in search of favorable breeding climate. Swarms of locusts, numbering up to 10 billion insects, periodically migrate to Africa, southwestern Asia, and southern Europe in search of food. The migration, the monarch butterflies, is the longest in the insect world, as they cover a distance of 5,000 kilometers in their two-way journey between Canada and Mexico. Fish. Many species of sharks, eels, and other fish undertake massive journeys, usually for breeding purpose. Salmon fish migrates from saltwater to freshwater for reproduction. Sharks undertake a 16,000 kilometers journey into the deep waters of the western Atlantic. Eels live in rivers, but they travel to the sea to lay eggs, covering a distance of more than 7,000 kilometers. Keywords: ecological, related to living things and their surroundings. Quills, long sharp, pointed hairs on the body of a porcupine. Armor, protective covering used by soldiers to protect themselves. Hemoglobin, a substance present in blood that gives it red color. Diffusion, the act of spreading something in all directions. Slithering, to move by sliding from side to side along the ground. Chapter Roundup. Animals having a backbone are called vertebrates, and those who do not have a backbone are called invertebrates. The bodies of animals have different coverings such as hair or fur, feathers, shells, and scales. Animals differ in their feeding habits. Those animals that feed on plant matter are called herbivores. Animals that feed on flesh of other animals are called carnivores. Omnivores feed on both plant matter as well as flesh. Mammals generally breathe through their lungs. Fish use gills for breathing. Insects have air holes through which air circulates in their body. Land animals move on their limbs or legs. Birds and insects can fly, while animals like snakes and earthworms crawl on the ground. Some animals migrate long distances to escape cold weather in search for food and to breathe.